This is 1650 AM, Tonawanda, New York. This is the Orion Talk Radio Network, oriontalkradio.com. This is the Sound of Freedom. I'm your host, Ryan Brooks, hour number 2. Just had a great interview with Chris Duane. Really happy he came on the show. Please, folks, check out the Sons of Liberty Academy.com. Check out don't-tread-on.me. Just so much free information on there. It comes down to, we can't change the world. We can't change the world to be happy and free. We can only change ourselves to be happy and free. What is your purpose during your short time here? What will be your mark? Is this the life you really wanted to lead? And I'm asking those questions. That's from one of the last modules of the Sons of Liberty Academy. Some pretty good stuff, right, folks? And I'm asking those questions because something I realized over the weekend and listening to a lot of different talk radio, I've realized that, words are extremely powerful. And if you've been listening to me since I've come to this network a couple months back, you've witnessed my changes. You've witnessed the show grow with its audience. You've witnessed myself grow as a host, as an individual, as a person, as a free-thinking man. And I've realized that words are much more powerful than we realize. So you got to ask yourself, when you're speaking, are you promoting negativity or are you promoting positivity? And I know there's a lot going on in the world. I'm going to take that back because I'm going to try to stay positive. But sure, there's a lot of people who don't think anything's wrong. And right now, as long as Dancing with the Stars is on and NFL football is on and the Federal Reserve note can still buy you something at the store, as long as that all happens, there's going to be people who aren't going to wake up. They're not going to change, and there is nothing that you or I can do about it. And I'm speaking to the people that are awake. I'm speaking to the people who listen to Orion Talk Radio because they know that the mainstream media lies to them. They know that there's alternative news out there that's a bunch of disinfo that keeps them in a never-ending loop of fear. So they want to find something different. They don't want to hear bashing. They don't want to hear this literally like a play every day of crying and yelling and all this other nonsense. And they don't want to hear some cheesy bootlicker up here lying to you blatantly. And you guys know we don't make money off of this here at Orion Talk Radio, okay? So there is no hidden agenda. My only goal is to get the truth out to you, the listener, and to do the best that I can to be the change that I want to see in the world, to try to reach out to everybody in a positive way. And if my actions or my words can inspire people to do better, to be better, to treat each other better, to live better, not only is that a good thing, but it serves a double purpose because it helps you empower yourself and it hurts those that wish to enslave us, that seek to enslave us, that enslave our minds, that enslave us financially, that get us fat and all hyped up on GMOs and vaccinate us so we're literally drooling and just walking around with our face glued to our smartphones. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm going to make more of a conscious effort to be positive because we need positivity. When you're speaking with negative energy, when you're saying negative things, it carries negative energy with it and it promotes negativity. And I said at the very beginning of this segment, I know, I've been there. I used to rant. Sometimes I still will rant. I'd do the First Amendment Olympics where we just call sock puppets who don't even deserve my attention or yours all kinds of names just to prove we have the First Amendment. Well, we still do have the First Amendment to an extent. If you can hear my voice right now, you're hearing the First Amendment. But the fact of the matter is that positivity is what is going to win this fight. Not violence, not negativity, not smashing on one group of people. If you think that one group of people, no matter who it is responsible for your pain and your suffering, then I have to say that you're sadly mistaken. If you know what's going on, and you still use cognitive dissonance to say, well, I have to go to Walmart. Well, I still like my Coke, so I'll drink the GMO Coke. Well, anything's better than Obama, so I'll vote for Mitt Romney. Well, I don't believe the silver stuff, so I'm just going to keep my money in the bank. Don't be mad at anyone but yourself. And that's the beauty of it. You have the power. You, the individual, have the power to free yourself. And just like Chris Duane said at the beginning of the show, you can worry about things or you can not worry about things. And with the toxic thoughts, that adds to the negative words, the negative vibes. And I've had a lot of people in my life that were like that, and I've just cut the cord. And sure, they're mad or whatever, but that's how it is. I don't associate with psychopaths. I don't associate with sociopaths. I look back at myself and see how much of a brainwashed person I was. And to see where I am today, that is a huge victory for myself. And I'm not patting myself on the back because I know I can do better. But isn't that what life is all about? Trying to be better? Life is so much better than what we are told it is supposed to be. It is so much better than voting for men or women who will tell us what the law is. What is civil disobedience? Civil disobedience is when you, the man or the woman, decide that you don't answer to man's law. If man's law is unjust, you do not answer to that. And that takes principles. That takes being in touch with your spiritual side, no matter what religion you are. Even if you're not religious, you are acknowledging the fact that it does not end all be all with man, the law of man. It is your moral obligation to do the right thing at all times. Why? Because it's right. And I see people in the chat room bickering with each other, and I don't know if it's just like fight night tonight, people being mad or whatever. And my boy Ancient out there in Montana, Bob from Montana, talking about we need solutions. And I see a lot of talk, but not many links towards solutions like he's been offering. Well, you know what? I'm not saying that you have to listen to me. And I'm not saying that I'm right. But I do know that doing the right thing at all times is right. Trying to treat others how you want to be treated, that is right. Doing the best that you can to empower yourself and get out of this collectivist, corporatist slave condition that they want us to be in, that is the right thing. And no movement will fix this. No elected puppet will fix this. You guys know, a couple months ago, I'd call congressmen every day, bring the troops home. That's not going to fix anything. We want to bring the troops home. Let's do a better job of educating our children. Let's do a better job of educating our fellow citizens why joining the military is probably one of the dumbest things they could possibly do right now. If you're in the military, hey, it's up to you, okay? I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying you're bad or evil, but that's how they get us. By getting us to do things that we think are right. And in reality, we are empowering the opposite of right. Call it what you will, bad, evil. That's what we're empowering. We can do better, folks. We can do better. And as Chris Duane said right before the first hour ended, listen to all, follow none, and walk your own path the best that you can. I can only regurgitate the Sons of Liberty Academy so much. I can only regurgitate the words of Martin Luther King and Gandhi and others like that so much. Our founding fathers, I can only regurgitate it so much. But I'm trying to walk the path. I'm trying to walk my path. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to do what I know is right. I know that I have the ability to speak fairly well. I've been told that by many people, so it's not just me in my head thinking I'm some superstar. I know I'm not a superstar, but I know that when I speak, people listen. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to continue to take it to them 5 days a week on the Orion Talk Radio Network from 7 to 9 Eastern Time, Sound of Freedom. Continue to use the gift that I have to try to promote love, tolerance, peace. And I see another great quote. We say bring them home, and they send more. Well, if we didn't have people in there, they wouldn't have any more to send. You want to see this country start caring? Implement a draft. I am not for the draft whatsoever. I don't think that would solve anything. But if we stop joining the military, then they would be forced to do that. And then you'll start getting a little push back. You want to push back? Get out. No voting recount. No... See what I'm saying, folks? Only you can change yourself. And when you're happy and free, like I've said on other shows, it shows. And other people are going to wonder, why is he or she like that? It's because you're living a better life. Folks, we have to go to a quick break here. This is the Sound of Freedom on the Orion Talk Radio Network. Don't go away. We're going to be right back.